A Catholic nun loses her sister and her brother-in-law in a matter of days, and then she loses their treasured memories. Cherished mementos of her loved ones, packed in a suitcase and shipped to St. Louis by UPS. But they never arrived. When UPS couldn't explain why, she called Colombo.
62 years they were married, and the one could not live without the other. They could not.
As a Catholic nun, Sister Elizabeth Lakin is a woman of faith. She believes the man upstairs had bigger plans than her travel plans during a recent vacation. 3 days after arriving in Fort Myers, Florida to visit her family, her sister died. Her brother-in-law passed away just 2 weeks later.
John prayed that he would live longer than Marianne, just a little bit, to take care of her to the end.
And he did.
With their affairs in order, Sister Elizabeth prepared her return to St. Louis. She shipped a box and large suitcase full of valuables and family mementos through UPS. The box arrived, but a month later, the suitcase hasn't. She believes the trouble started with the UPS man who picked up her packages.
And he was in a hurry. He said he had to get to this next appointment on time. It had to be. I said, put those labels on. And he said, I'll put it at the next stop. And off he went. He was a very unsavory little fellow.
She might not have a receipt, but she does have a UPS tracking number, along with a bunch of mixed signals from the company.
He said, don't worry about it. Be patient, because you will be getting your check within the next few days. There's something wrong. And then I stopped. What am I supposed to do or believe?
I wasn't sure either. I contacted a UPS representative who tells me this is a very rare case. He says the tracking number given to Sister Elizabeth isn't showing any information. The only record they have of the suitcase comes from the driver's pickup history. So UPS knows the driver picked up 2 packages, but there's only record for one of those packages?
At this point, yes.
It appeared only divine intervention could help return Sister's suitcase. But then again, you know what they say about the power of prayer.
I do have some good news.
Okay.
In the time that you and I talked last, we found the suitcase.
You found the suitcase?
We found the suitcase.
That's great news.
Due to your call, really, we located it, and it's where any package that loses a label goes. It's called our overgoods department, and we found that, and we were all delighted, and I'm sure Sister Elizabeth will be delighted, and it's actually on its way back to her right now.
A happy resolution during a sad time for Sister Elizabeth. Her loved ones lost, their memories found. I'm Mike Colombo, News 4.
A Catholic nun is breathing a huge sigh of relief tonight after a special delivery today from UPS. You could say it came on a wing and a prayer. Mike Colombo explains in this follow-up to yesterday's report.
62 years they were married, and the one could not live without the other. They could not.
Sister Elizabeth Lakin was telling me about her sister and brother-in-law. She was visiting them in Florida this summer when they passed away just weeks apart. Having gotten their affairs in order, she shipped 2 packages of family mementos back to St. Louis with UPS. One box arrived, but a month later, her suitcase hadn't. She said UPS wasn't much help.
He said, don't worry about it. Be patient, because you will be getting your check within the next few days. There's something wrong. And then I stopped. What am I supposed to do or believe?
I got involved. UPS got to it. And finally, we got some answers.
I do have some good news.
Okay.
In the time that you and I talked last, we found the suitcase.
You found the suitcase?
We found the suitcase.
That's great news.
Due to your call, really, we located it, and it's where any package that loses a label goes. It's called our overgoods department, and we found that, and we were all delighted, and I'm sure Sister Elizabeth will be delighted, and it's actually on its way back to her right now.
UPS said it would arrive at 10 o'clock, and sure enough, it was 10 o'clock on the dot when the big brown truck came rolling in. Call it amazing grace. What once was lost, now was found.
Well, you made the news, mister.
I'm looking for...
That's me.
Oh, great.
Don't go too far. I waited long enough for this thing. I've waited a long time.
Sister even liked the driver.
Now, this guy's more polite.
Once inside, we checked to make sure it was all in one piece.
See my Chinese face? Look at the little kids on it. You see what I'm saying? See how precious that was? I got this in China.
We're here. You've got the suitcase back. Feeling pretty good?
Oh, great. Great. Thanks to Channel 4. Thanks to Mike Colombo and his photographer. And UPS after you got after them. That's the way to do it. You got to get it.
Amen, sister. I'm Mike Colombo, News 4.
Mike Colombo turning a catchy phrase or two.